Hi, I'm Tess from MakeLoomBands. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Boris Johnson on the loom. So what you're going to need is a loom, a hook, 8 white bands, 17 pale pink bands, 6 black bands, 48 navy blue bands, 1 mid pink band, 1 red band, 2 pale blue bands, and roughly about 20 yellow bands depending on how hairy you want your Boris to be. You're also going to need a pair of scissors to give him a haircut later. Okay, so when you've got all this together, go to your loom, make sure it's set up in the staggered configuration so the pegs are offset like this. And you're going to take your first band, which is yellow, and place it between these 2 pegs here, like so. You're now going to take 2 pale pink bands and place them between the next 2 pegs, like so. You're now going to take your mid pink band and your hook. You're going to put it around twice around the hook, like so. Then you're going to take 2 pale pink bands, stretch them on the end of it like that, and slide that off the hook and onto the pale bands, like so. This will be his mouth. So then we'll stretch that between the pegs as normal. We're now going to take 2 yellow bands and stretch them between here and here on the loom, like that. We'll then take another pair of pink bands, stretch them between these 2 pegs, another pair of pink bands between these 2 pegs. We're going to do the same on the right hand side, so another 2 yellow bands, like that, out to the sides, and then another 2 pink bands, down like that. And the next 2 pink bands, across like that, and push these ones down because we're going to put your next pink bands, another pair, across like that. We're now going to take 2 white bands and go down here, another 2 white bands, here, another 2 white bands, here, and then a pair of blue bands. These are your navy blue bands, and push them down. We'll now take another pair of navy blue bands and stretch them diagonally across to the outer row like that. Do the same with your next pair. Down the left hand side, another one down the left, another one like that, and then your next pair will go diagonally out to the central row. You'll then take another pair and continue down the left hand side. One more pair there, to there. We'll then take a pair of black bands, stretch them next. We'll then take your next black band, twist it around your fingers twice. I'll show you that again. So you've got your black band, stretch it around your fingers twice, and then we're going to put it on that last peg there. We're now going to do the same on the right hand side, so take another pair of blue bands and stretch them outwards from the central out to the right. Another pair of blue bands here, another pair here, and one out that way. And we'll go another pair down, there, another pair of black, and take your last black, stretch it around your fingers twice, do that again, your black band, stretch it, and then onto your last peg there, like that. Now you're going to take a blue band, stretch it around your fingers twice, and then put it on that peg there in the central row. You're now going to take a white band and go across those pegs there, and another white band on those pegs there. You're now going to take your pale blue band, you're going to twist it 4 times around your peg, like so. Then you're going to take your next blue band and twist that one around your peg, around your hook, 4 times too, like that. Now you'll take a pale pink band on the end of your hook and slide that blue band onto it. And slide this band onto it as well. These are going to be your eyes. So then we'll stretch them between these 2 pegs here. And I'll push them to each side of his face, like that. We're now going to make the arms, so stretch 2 bands between those 2 pegs, 2 bands between those, 2 between those, and 2 between those. We're then going to take a pink band, stretch it around your fingers twice. I'll show you that again. Oh, pink band, stretch it once around your fingers and twice, and then put it on the last peg of the arm. We'll have to lay these bands again in a minute once we've looped them for the second arm, but they're there waiting. We're now going to put the red band in place, which will become his tie. So put those ones there. Now we're going to give him some hair. So take 2 yellow bands, go from this peg to this peg, and 2 more yellow bands. From this peg to this peg, another 2 yellow bands here and here, and another 2 here and here. The remaining yellow bands we can add in later, as many as you wish. So all of your bands for this section should be laid right now, so make sure that your loom looks like this. And if it does, we're ready to start looping. So turn your loom around. We're going to start by looping the arms. So take your hook, go inside this pale pink band, catch the bottom pair of blue bands, making sure the pale one stays down, and loop then diagonally to the central row, like so. Then go inside this peg, catch the bottom pair of bands, and loop them forward. Then go in again, catch the bands, loop them forward, once more, go in again, and loop them forward. Well, now put your hook inside these bands and pull them all off the loom. This is your first arm, like so. We're going to stretch these bands onto the shoulder of Boris there. There we go. As I said, we're now going to have to make the second arm, so turn your loom back around. Take another 2 blue bands, stretch them between those 2 pegs. Take another 2 blue bands between those pegs. Take another 2 blue bands between those pegs, and another 2 blue bands between those pegs. We're now going to take your pink band, stretch it twice around your fingers, and then put it on the last peg of the left hand row, like so. I've now got the second arm placed. So turn your loom around, take your hook, go inside there, catch the bottom pair of blue bands, and loop them diagonally to the central row. And go inside, catch the bottom pair of blue bands, loop them forward, and keep looping the next bands forward too, like so. We'll now take our hook, go inside these, and pull them all off the loom. Here we go. That's Boris's second arm done. This time we're going to stretch it on the shoulder on this side. So we'll come in here, stretch it on like that. And second arm is in place. Okay, so now we're going to start looping at the shoes. So put your hook inside, catch the bottom pair of black bands, and loop them forward. And put your hook inside, catch the bottom pair of blue bands, loop them forward too. So put your hook inside, catch the bottom pair of blue bands, loop them forward. The next pair of blue bands the same. And to that point there. We're now going to go inside the central peg here, push back the top band, catch the next pair of bands down. Oh, I've got one of them. I'll get the second, if I can. Doesn't want to come. Oh, there it is. And out diagonally to that side, and we can continue in this row. So there's a lot of bands on this peg, so I'm going to pull out the bottom ones to make it easier to find, catch them, and don't want to break my hook, so I'm going to use my fingers as well. It's very, very tight here. Sorry about covering bands. Don't want them to snap. There we go, we've got them forward. So we'll go inside this one, catch the bottom ones, loop them forward. And this one, catch the bottom ones. Oh, and loop them forward too. It's very tight around here. So we'll go inside his armpit, take that bottom one, and loop them, oh gosh, out to that side there. Here we go, so that's the left hand side done. So now we're going to do the same on the right hand side. So we'll go inside this peg, catch the bottom pair of bands, loop them forward, this one, loop them forward, keep doing this to here, and back inside the central peg. Get the next top pair of bands and loop them diagonally out to that side. We'll now go inside this peg, catch the bottom pair of bands and carefully loop them forward. We'll now go inside this one, again take them forward. Again, it's very tight on this side, so we really have to be careful to not let them snap. There we go. There's a lot of bands on this peg, so again be careful reaching inside. Catch that bottom pair, up and around, and onto that peg. Okay, so we've got that side done. We'll now go back to the central peg, catch the bottom pair, loop them forward. Next white pair forward. Next white pair two forward. And the next so. There's a lot of bands on this peg, so we'll push them down, go inside, very carefully catch that bottom pair of pink bands, ease them gently, gently up through and onto his chin, like so. We're now going inside this one. We'll take the top pair of pink bands. You can do them one at a time like this if you want, if it's a bit tense. Now we'll go inside this one, loop them forward, inside this one, catch the bottom pair of yellow bands and carefully ease them with your fingers if you need to, out to the central peg. We'll go back to the chin. Take the next top pair of bands, if you can find them, and loop them out diagonally. And then your peg inside here, your hook inside here, catch that, loop them up, and you go inside, catch the bottom pair of yellow bands, pull it with your fingers if you need to, up to that peg. Push those ones down. Once more, we'll go back to the chin, catch the bottom bands, loop them forward, catch the bottom bands, loop them forward. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of bands on this peg, so we're going to be very careful and patient as we reach down inside to try and catch the bottom band. I think we've got it. Just don't want it to snap now, so we'll pull it forward like that. We'll now take the bottom end of it through itself to create a slip knot, like so. And then we'll take that all off the loom, so we'll tighten that without it breaking. And we're done. Okay, so make sure at this stage that all of your bands look like this across the loom. It's really important because if you take it off and they're not looped, it will go everywhere. Okay, so now we're going to take it off the loom. I'm actually going to start by taking it off the loom at his feet because there's less tension there. And it will release some tension up his body. So gently, gently pull it off the pegs. Nearly there. Hang in there. Just a bit upside down. The last push for his hair. And he's off. Okay, Boris. So, we now need to sort that hair out, don't we? So I think we'll be from this side. So turning over. Takes a bit of fiddling, so find his mouth and push it through like so. Oh, there we go. He's come to life. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take his tie, which is this red bit. You're going to catch it through itself. So you're going to thread it through that white loop like that. Oh. Catch it. No, do that again. Pull out those bands, thread the red through it, like so. Now take the red band, lay it flat on the table, or up in the air if you prefer, and tie a knot in it, like so. That's his tie done. There we go. So now we need to sort out this hair of his. So to do that, excuse me as I sort his lips out too. Take two bands that were placed at the same time, pull them apart and tie a knot in them, nice and tight. We're going to do that to all the pairs of bands across his head, and then we'll be able to snip them. Okay. That one needs to be tied. Basically, if all the bands have a knot in them before you snip them, then his hair will stay on his head. There we go. Now you can take your scissors, you can snip the ends of each of these loops that you've knotted, being really careful not to catch the slip knot which holds the whole thing together, which is this one here. That's the last thing you want to do, is him to fall apart. There we go. Now if you're feeling like Boris hasn't got enough hair right now, then all you need to do is add more bands, more yellow bands into his face. So to do that, take your yellow band, take your hook, put it through there, catch it in the end of it, thread it through and pull it into a slip knot. Once you've got to that stage, pull it nice and tight and you can snip it again. I'll show you that once more on the other side. So take your hook, go through a band, like that, catch the yellow band, put it through itself, and then just slip that, put it very tight, and cut that one too. You can do that with as many yellow bands as you want until you've got the Boris hairstyle that you desire. So, there we go, and then he's pull out his little smile, doesn't want to come, and there we go. Takes a bit of rearranging. If you have any wildly hair, you can trim it off. Oh no, he's happy now. There we go, so this is your Boris Johnson charm on the rainbow loom. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed your video tutorial. To keep updated, subscribe to our channel, MakeLoomBands, and for more projects, click on the links on the right hand side. See you next time!